Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraf al-anbiya'i wal mursaleen, amma ba'du. Al-Hadith al-Rabi wa Miyatain, the 204th Hadith, Hukmu Sawmi Yawmay al-Eid, the ruling of fasting the 2 days of Eid. Here we come back, Yawmay, the noon is gone, right? Because it is mudaf ilay, it's Yawmain. Instead of being Yawman, it's Yawmain because it's mudaf ilay majroor. So, and it's also mudaf Yawmay al-Eid, right? Yawmay al-Eid. So the ya is because of the majroor of being mudaf ilay, and the noon being dropped is because it's mudaf to al-Eid. So what's the ruling of fasting the 2 days of Eid? تفضل.
عن أبي عبيد مولى بن أزهر واسمه سعد بن عبيد قال: شهدت العيد مع عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه فقال: هذان يومان نهى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن صيامهما، يوم فطركم من صيامكم، واليوم آخر تأكلون فيه من نسككم. From the authority of Ubayd, Mawla ibn al-Azhar, he had Sa'd ibn Ubayd.
Wasmuhu, and his name is Sa'd ibn Ubayd. Abi Ubayd, Sa'd ibn Ubayd. Abu Ubayd is the Mawla, meaning the freed slave of Ibn Azhar. Ibn Azhar was the person who freed him. So he became known by the freed slave of Ibn Azhar. And his name, meaning Abu Ubayd, his name is Sa'd ibn Ubayd. So he's Abu Ubayd, Sa'd ibn Ubayd.
He said, we witnessed the Eid.
Shahidna or Shahidtu?
Shahidtu. He witnessed.
I witnessed. Go ahead. I'm just picking on you. Go ahead.
I witnessed Eid with Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. He said, هذان يومان, these are the 2 days Naha Rasulullah prohibited from fasting those 2 days.
No.
The 2 days are, the first one is Fitrukum, the day of Eid al-Fitr, from fasting, and al-Yawm al-Akhir, the last day.
Akhar, not akhir. Akhar, the other day.
The other day. تأكلون في I can't complete this one.
Ta'kuluna, you eat, fihi, in it, or on it, on that day, min nusukikum, your nusuk. Your nusuk is your dhabiha, your udhiya, right? Manasik, your manasik. In the salati wa nusuki, right? Wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. So hadani yawmani. So these 2 days, naha Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam an siyamihima. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited from fasting them. We would say them in English, but huma, them too. Yawmu fitrikum, the day of your breaking fast, min siyamikum, from your fast, or the day of your eating from your fasting, wal yawmul akhar, and the other day, ta'kuluna fihi min nusukikum, you eat in it from your sacrifices, your offerings, right? Min fawaidi wa ahkam al-hadith, from the virtues, rulings of the hadith. Awalan, firstly, an-nahi an sawmi yawmay al-Eid al-Fitr wal-Adha. An-nahi, the prohibition, an sawm, from fasting, or the prohibition for fasting, yawmay Eid al-Fitr, the 2 days of Eid al-Fitr wal-Adha, and Yawm al-Adha, or Eid al-Adha. Wa huwa lit-tahrim, and this nahi is for a tahrim, a prohibition. As we said, sometimes a nahi comes and it's something makruh, and sometimes it comes and it is tahrim, right? It is prohibited. Here it's prohibited. It's not just disliked. You cannot eat on this day, them 2 days. Thaniyan, secondly, an al-awla, that it is more preferable fil khutbati, in the khutbah, and takuna, that it is munasiba lil waqti wal hal, that the khutbah become munasiba, right? That is awla, is more preferable that the khutbah be munasiba. Munasiba is relevant or appropriate, right? Munasib, like, is after Isha waqt munasib? Is it a appropriate time for you? Is it something that's good for you? Munasiba, is it something which is munasiba, something, because we're talking about the khutbah, so therefore it's the ta marbuta, right? Al khutbah munasiba. The khutbah is munasiba 10. Lil waqti wal hal. It's appropriate and relevant to the time and the condition or the situation. Al hal could be condition or situation, right? So here in the khutbah, Umar radiallahu anhu was talking, and he said, right, because he witnessed the Eid with Omar. So in the khutbah, Omar said this in the Eid khutbah, right? The Prophet, these 2 days, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited them from fasting. So showing that the Eid, or that the khutbah, the Eid khutbah, or the khutbah period should be munasiba, should be appropriate, lil waqt wal hal, for the time and the condition. The time Ramadan comes, the khutbah should be about Ramadan, at least one of them, right? Time for Hajj, about Hajj. Time for Ashura, about Ashura. Time for Rajab, middle of Rajab, you want to talk about the bid'ah of the middle of Rajab, the middle of Shaban. You want to teach the people what's appropriate to their current time and situation. Likewise, something happens in Philistine, something happens, and you talk about what's appropriate, what's relevant. Any questions? هذا والله تعالى أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.